Hey everyone, thanks so much for joining me today. This is Real Leather Certified Career Coach, and welcome back to my channel. Today is video 3 of our Introvert series. And yes, I apologize, this is overdue. And as an introvert, and I'm sure you can relate to this, I just wasn't feeling it. And you know that when you don't feel or you have the energy for something, you don't move forward with it. And that's just how we're built. Introverts, we need to be able to get enough energy and motivation to get moving, right? Anyhow, we'll push through. Okay, so today's topic is about having conversations with other people. As mentioned before in a lot of my other recordings, one of the best things you can do for your career is to network. Meeting new people, being able to have conversations, exchanging ideas, and letting them know that you are interested in maybe making a move or changing careers. Other people that you meet can open doors for you. I once went to a conference and the speaker said, the most impactful thing that you can do for your career is to network. And when you think about it that way, it really does make sense, because how many people have you met who claim to have learned about the job that they have through other people? Maybe it was through a friend, through a colleague, at an event, meet and greet, maybe online as well. So this is a skill that we introverts have to work on. So the challenge today that we are going to pose for ourselves is to learn how to have social conversations or business conversations only for 5 to 10 minutes. That's it. 5 to 10 minutes. Just kind of practice talking with people. And we're going to cover 4 categories here. I'm going to walk you through what I do when I go to these events and expect to have conversations with people. First one is I determine if I want to be the person doing the approaching and opening up that conversation, or waiting and being the one approached. For me, it makes more sense to be the one doing the approaching, walking up to somebody, because one is I'm in control when that conversation is going to begin, what I'm going to ask about, and the topic that we're going to address. To me, that gives me more comfort than waiting for somebody to approach me. If somebody approaches me, then it just becomes awkward when nobody's talking to you, right? So that's the first one. Second one is, how do I continue the conversation? What do I say? Well, I base my questions and topics around whatever event we're in. If it's a wedding, a family event, I tie it to that. If it's a business event, I tie it to the industry, the work I do, show interest in the work that they do, and whatever best practices and whatever's trending in the moment. If it is an event that is maybe at the park where you're watching your kids and there's also kids there, then it's about the neighborhood, the schools, the children's activities. So pay attention to the venue, what's happening around you, and tie your topics there. The third one is how to keep that energy moving. And to me, making sure that I ask questions that are open-ended, and then also sharing my experience so that they have opportunities to ask me questions. To me, there's no worse conversation than having a conversation with somebody who's not sharing information. And it becomes an interrogation where they're asking you questions and you're answering, but they're not giving you enough information about themselves that gives you an opening to ask a question. Those aren't any fun. Make sure that you have in your back pocket, prepare open-ended questions. And you can do this before you go to the event, because obviously you know what event you're going to, right? If it's a wedding, then you prepare some of your questions about how they know the couple, stories that they may have that they can share with you. You have an idea of what you want to bring up, and that can apply to all kinds of events that you are going to be possibly attending, right? So you're asking questions and you're having this exchange, but show authentic interest. And that's where energy is going to come in, where if they say something about their work, and obviously they're likely proud of their work, you want to show engagement. You want to be authentic about your interest, right? So ask them about their projects. Ask them what they how long they've been in the business, or what's the most what's the most interesting thing that they've come across, depending on what their industry is or what the role is, right? Show interest in what they do, and they will show interest in what you do, and then the conversation can have that natural flow. Okay, so keep the energy up. And then the fourth one is actually my favorite, and that's the exit strategy. Allow yourself permission to end that conversation and to exit. And you want to do it tactfully, you want to do it respectfully, but you also want to have these ready in your back pockets. And it can be something like, I'd love to learn more about your work, but I don't want to monopolize your time, so I'm going to send you a request to connect on LinkedIn, if that's okay. Or you can say something like, oh, I have a colleague over there that I need to speak with, but I want to continue our conversation, so I will connect with you on LinkedIn. Right? And LinkedIn is important because in another video, we're going to talk about the importance of how to network. So LinkedIn is great, okay? But yes, having an exit strategy where you have allowed yourself, after a certain amount of time, to use it. Thank them for the conversation, show your true interest in connecting again, and then slip out. And that's it. That is what I keep in mind when I am talking with people know very little about, to make sure that I can carry this conversation with. It is easy to not want to attend. It is easy not to participate. But again, this challenge is about you learning to stretch out of your comfort zone, doing something different that will grow your career. If you have any questions, drop them below or email me, 3amcareercoach@gmail.com, and I'll see you in the next one.